Get your NECA horror figures at Big Bad Toy Store at the link in the description.
Horror, kaiju, Dragon Ball, and more. Steven's Toy Reviews.
Hello there, collectors. It is Steven here, and welcome to another Friday the 13th review, where today we're going to be taking a look at Jason as he appears in Part 6, Jason Lives, pretty much wrapping up the Jarvis trilogy. 4, we skip 5 pretty much because, dream sequence, and now we have 6, where this is the official start of Zombie Jason, and this figure actually has a little bit of controversy, I might say, behind it. Why? NECA has done a few reissues of this release. And obviously, whenever they do restocks coming out, a few months after the initial issuance of a figure, they tend to go back and they do little touch-ups for paint. However, for this figure, you may know that back when they had the plastic hang tags, they switched over to cardboard hang tags, and they officially did a whole new batch and reissue of a whole bunch of their figures, this one included, and they drastically changed the paint apps. So while I'm not going to be able to show you that today, I'm at least going to be able to talk about it, and I think I'll be able to go over this figure well enough so this way you're not going to have to watch 3 reviews that I'm going to upload on this. So let's take a look to see whether or not Jason Lives is worth adding into your collection. So I'm not quite sure whether or not this is going to be from the initial batch of Jasons that was issued, or if there's going to be a slight paint touch-up release that came shortly after, but it for sure is not the most recent issuance of this figure, and I'm going to talk about that when we take an up-close and personal look. Now, I will advise you that, yes, I just got done saying that there were some slight paint changes for the ones with the plastic hang tag, depending on whether NECA decided to do a restock. However, unless you are really looking for the different paint applications for the one with the cardboard hang tag, just assume that, it's going to be luck of the draw for what the differences may be, just because, hey, quality control. Now, for this particular release, I do have to say that overall, it does look rather rock solid with, of course, the usual quality control issues that may be missed depending on unit to unit. Now, I will say up close and personal, the mask on my Jason unfortunately has a little black streak. Not sure exactly what that's going to be, but I don't want to try risking that and removing it and then damaging it, like let's say if we were to use alcohol or acetone or anything else. So just something to keep in mind. Also, in case you were not aware of this going in, the eyes are completely blacked out on this mask. So if you do try to line it up with his eyes, it's not going to work. Now, the head sculpt, very gross, very gory. Zombie Jason, it works just fine. Now, for the cardboard hang tag reissue paint variant, the bony paint application is actually just going to blend in with the zombie head. So it's pretty self-explanatory. The whole thing is going to be that sort of zombie paint tone, the brown, the green, dry brushing, all of that. So you're not going to have any of that bone coloration. Moving down throughout the rest of the figure, we do have some small variances for the blood that is applied. Looks like we got some holes in the shirt. Wonder if Jason got shot at any point throughout the series. So the work shirt does look pretty rock solid. It's going to be a darker green, and it's very interesting with the implication that Jason's shirt has not changed since Part 3. The shirt actually does look different for each Jason. That's pretty cool. Now, he has got those gloves now, and also of interesting note, I have seen some paint variants of this Jason where the green for the shirt does actually continue onto the forearms. Something to keep an eye out for, that maybe it's something you don't want. Now, for the utility belt that he has, and just as for general, aside from when he's in my diorama, I like to keep everything sheathed up. And yeah, everything looks very nice. I believe we're going to have some very clean yellow and red paint application there on his little pouch. So that's rock solid. The pants, once again, I don't know if this is going to be reused from the Part 3 Jason. Very difficult to tell just because of the paint application, the way shadows fall. But still, it looks good when we get down even to the bottom half of the legs with the torn up pants. Very good. So overall, regardless of which issuance of this Jason you're going to get, he is going to look rather nice. We may pretty much just have all new parts here, but this Jason is basically going to move like 3 and 4. And I guess the dream sequence 1, but I don't have that, but same engineering. Yeah, okay, so Head is going to plug into the neck, basically on a ball joint here. Go ahead and remove his mask this way. We see the face only a mother could love, but we do have some pretty good range of movement there. We can look up about that far, down about that far, spin all the way around, so that's good. Yes, rock from side to side. Good movement, no issue there. Shoulders are going to be on the usual swivel hinge combo. Do take note that he has a rubbery shirt, so that may get in the way just a little bit. And of course that hinge, so this way he can mostly T-pose. As you can see, I do have the weapons sheathed on his side, so we do have the knife here and the machete here. So you can do that if you want. That's just generally how I prefer Jason. And oh boy, we're getting a little bit of the wobbly bobbly loosey goosey goodness. So no dedicated bicep swivel. However, we do have single hinge elbows, which give us that much of a range of movement for the bend and that far straight, but they do have a swivel as well. So you can get swivel at that point. The wrists are going to plug into the forearms on ball joints, so this way you can move them around. And then they're going to plug into the hands just on pegs, so they're going to swivel. So basically not much of a difference in range of movement. We are going to have a little bit of a waist ball joint there, so we can get Jason to rock around just a little bit. But on mine, it's pretty tight. Now, hip joints, as you can see, kind of wobbly bobbly here. Not really a big fan of that, but they are going to be on double hinges. So this way we have a hinge there and a hinge there, so they can kick forward and back just that far, and then they're going to be able to hinge out to the side. Do note that it is going to get in the way of the sheaths one way or another, so the machete will bend if you go to do the splits. We do have dedicated thigh swivels, so there we go. Wobbly bobbly. Single hinge knees. And then the ankles are going to be on ball joints, so we get the standard range of movement there for all the Jasons. So yes, real wobbly. The articulation is the standard for all of the early Ultimate Jason figures, but do keep in mind that it's pretty solid. You can get Jason into some fun poses, and then we take a look at the accessories, and well, I guess you'll see. Accessories time, and Jason is rather light, and quite frankly, I'm not really a fan of this Jason when it comes to the accessories. So in box, the mask is going to be separate. He's going to have his big old knife, machete. He's going to come with a fence post and a tombstone. He's also going to come with an extra hand part, which we'll take a look at in a second. So first and foremost, the tombstone. Jason, mossy, cool. Not really a whole lot to say. Would make for a fantastic diorama prop or up on your shelf. So hey, there you go. It looks nice. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the weapons. First, he's going to come with his knife, and he's going to come with the machete, which, hey, classic Jason weapon. So if you're looking to execute a kill, this will be very good for you. Now, he is going to come with that extra hand part, and that is going to be so this way he can hold these particular weapons. Now, you'll note that in that picture, Jason was holding the knife in the left hand. Now he's holding the fence post, and that's kind of how it's supposed to be. The fence post does come separated, and they plug into each other with a little peg. Now, here's what I'm going to warn you about. For this particular release, for that left hand, absolutely refused 100% to hold any part of the fence post. I had to bust out my drill and make the hole bigger. Yes, literally. I had to use a drill bit slightly bigger than the fence post in order to get this Jason to hold one of his accessories. And then also of note, his alternate right hand, so this way he could hold the machete and the knife. I had to use a drill bit as well to make the swapping hole part for the peg that goes onto the wrist joint. Yep, I had to make that bigger as well. So 360 spin view. What's going on there? Yeah, so overall, I would have to say the accessories for this release, rather disappointing, quite frankly. I think NECA really dropped the ball here. I mean, what else could they have included? I don't really know, but they did make the Camp Crystal Lake accessory set. And as a matter of fact, I did make a diorama or a lamp, depending on how you look at things, which includes this Jason Voorhees. So yeah, if you're looking elsewhere for different accessories or different ideas on how to display this Jason, I've got plenty of videos for you. So moving on to a size comparison, basically this Jason's not really going to be that much different than some of the other ones in your collection regarding size. So if you already have a spot picked out on your shelf, then you should know about how big this Jason is. So buy now, skip, or wait for a deal. For original MSRP, I think I actually got this one on sale for, I think it was like 20 bucks. Hey, that's not too bad. However, in today's day and age, which I do believe NECA, even with the ongoing lawsuit, can reissue their figures for Friday the 13th, Yeah, with prices going up to about the $35, $40 mark, this one is a really tough sell and is probably my least favorite of all of the Jasons that I do own. I only got this one because of the prospect of making a Jason Voorhees lamp, as you see in front of you. But otherwise, if it is your favorite, I think you will be at least pleasantly surprised with the ability to display this Jason, even more so with the Camp Crystal Lake accessory set. I would only recommend this to fans of this particular design.
Well, collectors, that brings us to the end of the video today, and I just wanted to take a second to thank you so much for watching. Now, you've heard a lot from me. I'd like to hear a little bit from you. Drop in the comments down below whether or not you liked it, you hated it, or maybe you were somewhere in between. I also want to take an extra second here for a nice, humongous thank you to all the patrons for SDR over the last month who have really helped the channel grow into what it can be today. So to all of you, 2 big thumbs up. Thank you very much. And now the end card should be popping up, which will give you a few clickable links, like maybe to subscribe or head on over to my Patreon, or some short URLs like to my social media or to my Teespring store. There's also a video I hand selected for you, so if you want to watch another STR video, I hand selected some good content for you to watch, so definitely check out that video. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll catch ya in the next video.